Okay, in this tutorial I'm going to explain something about the content management system WordPress. And WordPress is typically software that you can use to create a blog that you can use as a portfolio, for example, for yourself. You can download it at wordpress.org and here you see directly the red button to download the zip file. It's also good to look at extensions that you can add, because for WordPress there are a lot of plugins and themes available. Well, in this case we are going to design a theme ourselves with some help of a basic theme I have created. But you can also download a lot of plugins to change things in WordPress. For example, galleries and information to add YouTube movies, for example. Okay, once you have downloaded the WordPress zip file and unpacked that to a separate directory, you have to change the WordPress config sample.php file and make changes to the MySQL settings. You can get those details from your web hosting provider, and make sure you change this to the database name, your username of the database, and the password of the database. And if you have changed all this, you save this file as WordPress config.php. And then you are ready to upload it to your web server. Okay, to upload WordPress to your web server, you need an FTP program and the details you got from your hosting administrator. So here you put in your server name, the username and a password, and then you can log in. And I connect, and you see my directory is completely empty, so I'm going to upload WordPress. I serve to the WordPress directory and upload everything what's in there. And you see that's about 4.5 megabytes. Okay, here you see all the files uploaded on my web server, and it's a good idea to change the file permissions of the WordPress content directory, because then you can change also settings in the administration part of WordPress. So edit your themes directly from WordPress without using an external editor. You can change those file permissions by setting the group permissions to write, and then you click apply. In the WordPress content directory you find two important directories: a directory for plugins, so you can install additional plugins, and a directory for themes. And standard WordPress comes with a classic theme and a default theme, and I have made an example theme that you can install. And this example theme is a good and simple example of how to use WordPress template tags and to use it with a style sheet, and I'm going to tell you more about that later. Okay, now we are going to serve to a website because WordPress is downloaded. And this is the result we see. You get a welcome screen, and here you can install your WordPress installation. So you give your WordPress blog a title, demo blog, and you put your email address inside this, and you can choose if you want to let this blog appear in Google or other things. Well, I don't want that now, so I uninstall that and I press install WordPress. Okay, this is the whole installation, and what WordPress did during this installation is it made some tables into my database, and we can shortly view in that. Here you see the different tables, 10 tables. And well, all the information you add into the content management system is all added into this database. Well, you don't have to do anything with the database, so we are going to switch back and log in into our administration panel. I copy paste this password, log in, and I'm going to change directly the password because this is not an easy password I remember. And I'm going to fill in some details. My name and my nickname, my email address, well, the website, a new password. We have to edit twice, and you see directly how good the password is. Update profile. My user profile is updated, and now I can visit the site. And here we see a standard WordPress blog right out of the box. Okay, of course I want to change this theme to the theme I already provided. So I'm going to jump back and I go to Design. And here you see the standard theme, and I'm going to activate the example theme. Click on it, and here you see a preview. Activate example theme. And if I visit the site, you see that this is my result. You can see that the sidebar is completely empty, and we are going to activate some widgets so you can navigate into your blog. We jump to widgets, and here you see all the available widgets, and you can install widgets yourself too. You can download them and put them into a directory, and they become available in here. But this is the list that Standard provided, and for example I can add some pages, and I want to add a search bar, and I want to add some meta information to log in and log out into my website. And here you see everything, and I can change the order too. So I can put the search bar at the top of the sidebar, then the pages, and then the metadata. Don't forget to save the changes. And if I visit the site now, I'm going to see the changes I've made. I have a search bar, I see the pages into my blog, and you see some metadata. Okay, now it's time to change something in the design yourself. So we jump back to the administration panel, and I can go to the theme editor, and here you see the template files. This is the index.php, this is the style sheet, and there's also functions.php, but that's not really important to change. So for example, if I want to change the background color, I can modify that in here. Change the background color 0000, and I scroll down to the page, update the file, and if I refresh the demo blog, you see I have a red background. So in this way you can start editing your WordPress theme and change the style sheet yourself. In order to experiment with the style sheet, I also provided a standard HTML file, so you can work offline without installing WordPress from a standard text editor and preview things in Firefox. This file is called example without WordPress tags, and if I preview that in Firefox it looks like this. And if we look at the code, we see normal plain XHTML, but it's similar like the XHTML that's generated by WordPress. So it uses, for example, the same classes as are used when you activate widgets in WordPress. Finally, I want to take a look at the index.php file. That's the main index template, and here's where the magic happens. You see that WordPress uses template tags. You see that between the question marks, and at those positions WordPress adds information dynamically from a database. Well, in this template all the standard template tags are added, but of course you can add a lot of more tags to modify your theme. You can read more about that on the Codex website of WordPress. That's codex.wordpress.org/CSS, and here you can find a lot of information about using style sheets and how to modify template files. So that's a good resource if you want to start modify themes yourself. But of course you can start simple and only start by modifying the CSS file I have provided.